Why God does not answer your damn prayers? Why God don't answer your damn prayers? Now, never get it fucked up. Your prayers will always get answered. Your prayers will always be seen. It may not be very clear to you because the subconscious and the conscious is two differences. The subconscious plays out as hints and mysterious matters. The conscious just play out into logic perspectives, which you see with your own two eyes. Now, of course, it's always the bigger reason and the bigger purpose behind everything. Now, first thing first, you should never ever be praying for something that you already have. Yes, that's what we're talking about. The subconscious and the conscious. See, the subconscious is always going to take you to the promised land. The subconscious is always going to be there for you. The subconscious is always making sure that what you're reacting to and what you're responding to is being developed. And of course, it's being slowly brought to your attention in the physical. But everything always starts with the subconscious. Never get it twisted, feel me? And if you're not starting on a subconscious level with yourself, or at least getting connected to basically seclude with yourself, then you're already on the wrong side of the motherfucking table. You never want to be on the wrong side of the table. Because when you're on the wrong side of the table, this is when you start to play Russian roulette. You start to pick up something and you start shooting yourself with it. Which means you're shooting your own self. You're at war with your own self. This means that you have lost all hope, all faith, all courage within the world, within inside you. And now, this world we speak of is your subconscious world. Which means your emotions and how you feel about things. These things is not connected. These things are on the verge of disconnections. And when you start disconnecting yourself from your subconscious, then you can just basically say you're disconnecting yourself from your God. Yes, your God. And of course, we are all responsible for what we are putting on our plates and what we eating and the fruits that we're bearing. So it's never a situation where somebody is just going to come down here and be like, yo, don't do that shit. If that was the case, you wouldn't have to put yourself into a situation of always being in search for something outside of you. You should already know that your instincts is always basically guiding you. And your instincts is always telling you what's the feelings that you should basically be predicating yourself towards too. So you should never ever be extending your hand out there into the world to basically be looking for something, knowing that you got the goddamn treasure inside of you. Feel me? And if you don't know that, then something may be wrong, or you just basically got to put up a little bit more courage on your working on yourself. Because if you ain't working on your goddamn self, goddamn, you're gonna be feeling like you lost. And when you're feeling like you're lost, then this is your answers being prayed. Feel me? Because these are the things that you're paying attention to. These are the things that you're reacting to. And when you're paying attention and reacting to that bullshit, then this is what you are creating. So you're gonna get what you're paying for. You're gonna get what you're paying attention to. Feel me? You're always gonna get what you're paying for. Never gonna be a situation where you don't get what's coming to you. You're always gonna get what's coming to you. And you wanna make sure that you are like making it a routine towards being consistent on what you're trying to get yourself towards too. And yeah, that's how your prayers gonna get answered. Feel me? Your prayers get answered in mysterious ways you wouldn't expect, ways that were just being right in front of your face, only if you paid attention to it and took the time to basically print out and organize and look at the details on how you're basically conducting these things. Feel me? But yeah, when it comes to this situation of your prayers, feel me? You never ever want to be in a situation of getting on your knees and pray. Feel me? Because a prayer is power. It's power in the prayer. Don't get it wrong, but it's how you're praying. Feel me? You cannot just be putting yourself out there and wanting energy. You feel me? And remember, the energy you're putting out is the energy you're getting back. So, if you're always in a situation of your feelings and emotions being unfulfilled or unjoyful, and you just basically think your prayers is going to get answered, hell yeah, your prayers is going to get answered. By the feelings and the emotions that you're in. Not the shit that you're actually talking out your mouth saying, yo, I need this, I need that. Oh, I'm really down right now. Oh, I need this right now. If you give me this right now, I feel better. First thing first. That's a fuck up right there. But you're gonna get what you asked for. You're gonna get what you asked for when it comes to your vibrations and the energies that you're emitting and how everybody is seeing you. This is how you're gonna keep developing these energies. Because remember, you're attracting this energy away, whether it's spirits and bodies or spirits that's not in bodies yet, but they, of course, making that teamwork make the dream work, because of course all the cells that's in your body are still beings in your body. These are still spirits actually floating through your system as well. Feel me? To bring this shit together. Feel me? Because if that was the case, if you was doing everything your own, you would still be basically in a situation of not going through a 9-month cycle. It'd be more cycles, and more cycles basically repeated. Feel me? You'd be pregnant for eons. And the situation is basically going through a development. But of course, teamwork make the dream work, where we can constantly basically make a routine, make a pattern. And of course, 9 months is here, we out the belly. Now we developing, of course, still growing, of course, still expanding. Now, when it comes to this situation of praying the need, you never want to pray for that you want to basically come your way. Feel me? You gotta already basically accommodate it. Feel me? You gotta fake it till you make it. And if you're not faking it till you're making it, then what's the purpose of basically being an actor? Feel me? What's the purpose of basically being born in this world? What's the purpose of basically being on stage if you ain't gonna fake it till you make it? Because you gotta fake it till you make it in this world. Feel me? This is called you believing in yourself. You believing that you're gonna actually put yourself into a situation of achieving what you're trying to basically create every day, despite someone may not see it with their eyes. But at the end of the day, by you staying in that energy and by you being consistent on making moves and being dedicated and determined and actually just being that energy, you actually reciprocate this and basically bring this back into your domain. Which means it could basically be a rain of fire, or a rain of water. But you always gonna have the fire in you. You always gonna have the visions in you. You always gonna basically be able to actually feel through shit, see through shit. You always gonna have the emotions to basically gravitate with that fire and that water. You're gonna always have the air, the idea with it. Always gonna have the practicality with the earth and the structure with it. So you gotta basically blend these four together. And when you blend these four together, and when you're aware of all developments that you can basically use to basically put that in a big potion, the big pot, where you can sip it up and of course get it going, then this will basically promise you to the promised land. But you gotta basically make it a routine. You gotta make it an essence. You gotta really be on a situation of all in and not all out. Your 10 toes gotta be down. You really gotta have all feet in. Can't just be 1 feet in, 1 feet out the next. No, everything gotta be in. You cannot leave this shit. Just like that movie, Hunger Games, or just like these movies where they was all in. Feel me? All in and get their way up that situation. But basically, by any means necessary, they was gonna make that move, regardless of the situation, regardless of how it looks. You gotta make an escape plan every second, every minute, every hour. Feel me? You gotta hone to that shit. You gotta make it a routine. You gotta make sure that you're basically developing new awareness, newer ways to learn about things, newer experiences. If you ain't got experiences in your life, you ain't got expansion, you ain't got gas, you ain't got shit to basically push out, you ain't got shit to basically get the movement going or rolling. Feel me? So it's just only gonna be you damn as you don't. You damn if you don't. You damn if you do, you damn if you don't. So it's always highly important to basically know what stage you're in when you're pushing out energies or when you're trying to get the answers. Feel me? Because the answers are gonna come with inside of you. It's already inside of you floating. All you gotta do is basically go to that area inside of you. And this is how you basically get the answers to basically gravitate here. Feel me? The answers gonna come. The answers is right there. What you gotta do is spend a little bit of time with yourself. Feel me? And the answer is just gonna blossom right in front of you, like a goddamn flower. Cause that's what you gotta be in, like a flower. You gotta fucking blossom. Cause if you ain't blossoming, then that's the energy you emitting. A dead flower that ain't getting no goddamn blossom. So what's gonna happen? That's how the answers of the prayer is gonna be prayed, with a dead blossom versus a highly blossom.